Hello and welcome back to the Engerati studio. We are here at European Utility Week and I am joined by Remy from ERDF. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about your role at ERDF and what you guys are about.
So ERDF is the French DSO, distribution system operator, and we are in charge of the distribution grid, medium and low voltage grid, for 95% of France, and we are serving something like more than 30 million of French customers.
Okay, fantastic. What are you guys doing here at Utility Week? What are you hoping to achieve? What are you trying to learn from the industry?
As I am coordinating the Grid for You project, which is a European project, it's quite important for us to attend the Utility Week. This is the best place in Europe to see what are the new technologies and techniques regarding electricity and especially regarding smart grid. So it's really good for us, and it's also a nice opportunity to present the project, the results, and to meet all the partners involved in the same place.
Okay, fantastic. So tell me exactly what is Grid for EU?
So Grid for You is a European smart grid project. So it's funded by the European Commission. The total cost is about 55 million euros, and the project started at the end of 2011, and the project will end next January. So in Grid for You we are doing smart grid demos. There is 6 projects in one, 6 demonstrators in one. So the project is gathering first 6 other DSOs, so ERDF for France, Iberdrola for Spain, Enel for Italy, RVE for Germany, Czech Distribuce for the Czech Republic, and Vattenfall from Sweden. And the 6 of us, we are running 6 demos, so real demo on the field to test smart grid techniques and technology. And there is a demo per country, a demo in Spain, a demo in France, a demo in Italy, and so far so forth. So this is what we are doing in Grid for You. But we are also working very closely with other partners, such as equipment manufacturers and universities. For such project, we need to benefit from other expertise. So basically, Grid for You is a large-scale smart grid project across Europe, managed for the first time by 6 DSOs and coordinated by ERDF.
Okay, so what makes this project exciting for you guys?
What is really exciting in Grid for You is that that's the first time that 6 major DSOs are working together, and we are testing on the field real solutions, real technologies, real techniques to make the existing distribution grid smarter. And the beauty of the project is that we try our best to involve the customers. Yeah. So we talk about prosumers, the fact that the customers are involved in the local electricity market. For example, in Nice, which is the French demo of Grid for You, the customers are the cornerstone of the demos, because we help them to change the behavior, the behaviors to help us in a way to better manage the grid and to better balance the production, the generation coming from the solar panel, that's a sunny place, Nice, and the local consumption. So that's the beauty of Grid for You.
Okay, so where are we up to with the project at the moment?
So the project will end next January, so we are not too far from the end. This is the most exciting part of the project, because we are collecting all the results coming from the demo on the field. So now we can see that what we have done so far, it's quite useful and interesting for the grid. The results are very promising, and during the Utility Week, my other colleague from the different Grid for You demos made a very interesting presentation and bringing on the table the results from the demos. My colleague from RVE in Germany presented yesterday all the improvements they have done on the medium voltage grid is improving the quality of supply, and my colleague from ERDF presenting how the Nice grid project in Nice is also improving the quality of supply and is also involving the customers more in the local electricity market. So
So I suppose, so you're saying that the focus within the project is customer engagement as well. So what kind of things are you doing to...
For example, in Nice, in the Nice Grid project, we are facing the fact that when it's very sunny during for example, August, the generation coming from the solar panel at the beginning of the afternoon is so high that comparing this with the local consumption, the difference is really important. And for a distribution system operator, it means that this difference will generate some voltage disturbance. The voltage will increase. That is not good and that is not right. So, to avoid that, we have two options. The first one is the old one, to invest a lot on the grid, to change the cables, to change the transformer, to change everything. That's really expensive. The second one is to be smart. And then this is what we try to do in Nice, and we involve the customers. For example, if you live in Nice and if you are part of the demo, you will receive some text message.
Okay.
And you are, by the text message, we are saying that in the coming 4 hours, it will be off-peak tariff, so cheaper. Then that's the good time for you to pump the water of your swimming pool if you have one, or to start the washing machine or something like this. So you change your behavior a bit to it's cheaper for you, and for us it's very helpful. It will help us to better balance local generation and local consumption.
And have you been getting good feedback from your customers in regard, like, are they reacting quite well to that?
That's one of the key learning from Grid for You. The customers are very first interesting and curious in what is behind the electricity. We are in our country, we switch on the light without thinking at what we are doing. It's so normal to switch on the light, and we have electricity from the beginning. It's good. And when we start to explain to the customers how it works, what is an electricity network and why we are facing some problems, they are really curious and interesting, and then they want to participate, and they are participating quite well in all the demos. Not in Italy, it's in Spain, sorry. This is the same in the Spanish demo. The customers are part of the demo, and they are quite interesting, and they are participating. They want to learn, they want to know, they want to change the ways they are using electricity because they fully understand what is going on behind the bulbs and behind the meters. Okay,
and when do you expect to do mass deployment?
This is a part of the Grid for You project. What we are testing, it's large scale, but it's at a demo size.
Okay.
Then we have a dedicated work package in which we are assessing the scalability and the replicability of the solution tested on the field. And we are still working on this, but it seems that for some techniques or technology, there is a room for replicability for sure, and to scale up what we are doing. For example, what my German colleagues are doing in RVE, they are putting more automation on the medium voltage grid. It seems that it will bring a real added value to the grid if they deploy those technology a bit wider. Probably not at the RVE scale, but in some other places it will make sense. In France, there is some techniques we are using in Nice. We will probably deploy nearly the same or with very slight changes. We deploy them in some other areas where there is congestion on the grid. Of course, if there is no congestion, we don't need to deploy anything. But if there is congestion, it could be an answer.
Okay, fantastic. So for you guys, what is the next big step? What's the next big step for you guys?
The next big step is to close the project properly. So we are in this phase where we are still testing on the field, writing the final report, collecting the results. So this is really the most exciting part of Grid for You. And then, it's an invitation, the 19th of January in Paris, we will close the Grid for You project. It will be a full day dedicated to the presentation of the results by all the partners, and to show to the world what are the conclusions of Grid for You, the key learnings, the key takeaway, and so you are all fully welcome to attend this last Grid for You day in Paris, so the 19th of January.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I'm sure we look forward to hearing about the results. It does sound very exciting. I usually kind of finish up the interview with quite a broad question, but something I like to hear about. What kind of advice would you give to DSOs looking into the future at the moment?
I can try to give two type of advice. One is don't be afraid by a large European project. That's great. That's great to do a project like Grid for You. That's great to work together with other DSOs, other partners across Europe. That's a way to reinforce and to build the real European Union and a European Union for energy or electricity. So don't be afraid of that. It's a huge work, but it's really passionating to work like this. And the second advice could be probably a bit more technical. Smart grid technologies are ready, they are existing, that's why we can test them. So if we really want to improve the grid, we can go smart, we can avoid the famous and old-fashioned copper investment and go directly for smart solution. And smart solution will be also a great solution to provide electricity to the 1.6 billion of people who are still living without electricity in the world. So I'm convinced that what we are doing in France, in Italy, in Spain, in Germany, in Europe at the Grid for You and in the Grid for You project will help those people and the people in charge of providing them electricity to find the best way to bring them out of the black part of their life.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for joining us today, and I do hope you enjoy the rest of the show as it's the last day today.
Okay.
Please do join us at engerati.com for more interviews that have been taking place over the last few days. Thank you.